Hey y'all, it's me, Kevy. Y'all have been tagging me in so many things that I'd only had too many tags 2 out for like a week and already had enough tags for the 3rd one. Shit. So here you go. Too many tags 3, the electric boogaloo. First up, we have the frustrating books tag. Tagged by Gina Stanier. 1. Name a book you predicted would be 5 stars, but wasn't. Night of the Mannequin by Stephen Graham Jones. I heard really good things about it, and then I absolutely hated it. 2. What book had a great beginning, but an ending that let you down? Agatha Christie's The Clocks. It had an awesome premise, and seemed to be going places, but wound up a disaster. 3. Do you have a book with a pretty cover, but an ugly spine? No, I can't think of one. Do you have a book series that doesn't match? Does it bother you? My Toni Morrison novels. All of them are paperback except for God Help the Child. I'm okay with that though. 5. Is there a book from your youth you can remember parts of, but cannot remember the name of or find anywhere? Yes. So many times I'll remember this book, but have forgotten what it was called, and it takes me forever to find it. I've finally gotten it saved on my Goodreads list, so I won't forget it again though. The Dark is Rising by Susan Cooper. I read it in school and remember really liking it, but the only things I could remember was that a kid had to collect some circles with crosses in them, made of different materials, and there was a Viking funeral pyre. 6. Are there any books you're certain you've read but cannot remember anything about? The Lies of Locke Lamora. When I heard someone discuss it on BookTube, it sounded incredibly familiar, but I have no memory of ever reading it, though I must have at some point. 7. Do your feelings get hurt when someone doesn't love one of your favorite books? Kinda. I mean, I know people have different tastes, but you're not allowed to dislike one of my favorite books. 8. What is your worst experience loaning a book to someone? I don't know, I can't remember ever loaning a book. I mean, like, except for Jan, but that's never been an issue. So, next. 9. Show me some of your impulse buys that you've never read. I don't know, because, like, everything I've bought, I do intend to read at some point. It might just be a while. 10. How many unread books are on your shelves? No comment. Next, we have the book buffet tag, tagged by Hicks Picks Books. 1. Appetizer. A short story, novelette, or novella that you wish could be expanded into a full-length novel / get a novel-length sequel. Binti. It is such a fascinating story with excellent world building, and I really would like to see it more thoroughly explored. 2. Salad bar. Pick 3 ingredients, plot elements, writing style, trope, etc., that would be in your ideal book salad. First, I want it to be an isolated, close circle mystery, where the cast of characters is stuck together, either because they're on a train or a boat or something, or bad weather has trapped them inside, something like that. Those are always the best mysteries. Then I want an indirect murder. I don't know if this is a very common trope, or like even considered a trope, but I've come across it a few times and I absolutely love it. The indirect murder is basically when the murderer isn't necessarily the one who did the deed, but they put all the wheels in motion to cause the death to happen. The most obvious example I can think of is And Then There Were None. Oh, and then of course there's like the Saw films, where Jigsaw never kills anybody directly. He just puts you in a position where you have to either survive or kill yourself. I love that. Finally, I want it written in the Had I But Known writing style, popularized by Mary Roberts Reinhardt, where the first-person narrator is telling the story in the future, after the events of the book are long over, and filling the pages with foreshadowing by lamenting about what she could have done differently, if only she'd known what was about to happen. Those are my favorite mystery tropes, and putting them all together would make for one hell of a story. 3. Dosa Station? What's that? A slim volume that picks a significant punch. Passing by Nella Larson. It's short, but damn, it's incredible. Everyone must read it. 4. Pasta. A book that brings you comfort and leaves you fully satisfied and content when you're done with it. Louise Penny's 3 Pines series. The last one I read, A Fatal Grace, made me feel so cozy and comfy. It is such a lovely series. 5. Beef. A book that is hearty, whether it's long, fills you with gooey warmness, or was just a slog to get through. I'm gonna go with Going Postal. This book was nearly 500 pages. which is a lot for me. It was a really long journey, but I loved it. 6. Bread. Something you and your friends fight over while waiting for your dinner. Talk about a book that you fight with other people about. I fight with Scott over at Gunpowder Fiction and Plot because he thinks the Wasp Factory is good. It ain't. 7. Cheese Room, a book with a happy ever after ending. The Banks by Roxane Gay. I love this graphic novel so much, and it has such a wonderful ending. I cannot wait to see the film adaptation. 8. Chocolate Fountain. When you read a new series or author, do you dip in and out, or do you read it all back to back? I definitely dip in and out. With Christie, I dove in and read nothing but Christie, but since then I have so many things I want to read, I have to come back to the series after getting other stuff read. And typically, since I read based on what's on sale, usually an entire series isn't on sale all at the same time. Now we have the Booktubers I Love tag, tagged by Miss Reads a Lot, Book Talks with Mrs. Thomas, and P. English Literature. 1. Who was the first booktuber you subscribed to? Books Like Whoa, because she has a ton of videos about Agatha Christie. 2. Who was the most recent booktuber you subscribed to? Tiffany at Loveless Degrees. 4. If you could meet one booktuber right now, who would that be? Nell and Scott over at Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. 5. Who is your favorite YouTuber who's not a booktuber? Pushing Up Roses. I love her series That Time on Murder, She Wrote, as well as Matt Pat, who hosts Game Theory, Film Theory, and Food Theory. 6. Mention a bunch of booktubers. Marilyn Maya Mendoza, Spread Book Joy, Naomi's Bookshelf, Alice and the Giant Bookshelf, Bernice Bookish Adventures, Hungry Bookworm, Animo Shoshin, Bookish Drummer, Bookmarks and Breadsticks, Booktube Goddess. Oh, I hate tagging people. I'm gonna stop there. Okay, next up we have the 1001 Book Tag, tagged by Gina Stanier. 1001 Lists. Do you follow any book lists? Nope. Closest is that I follow people who follow them. 1001 Books. Approximately how many physical books do you currently own, and how many ebooks? I've got, I'd say, about 200 ebooks, and only a few dozen physical books. 1001 Books Read. Approximately how many books have you read in your lifetime? Do you keep track? I've tried to fill out my Goodreads as thoroughly as possible, but of course there's gotta be plenty of stuff that I've read as a child that I just don't remember anymore. But my Goodreads read list currently sits at 340. 1001 Arabian Nights. Have you read any of the stories from Arabian Nights? Not yet, but I'm sure that as I get into more classics, I will get to it eventually. 1001 Flavors. Do you have a favorite food or flavor? Oh, how can I choose? If we're talking sweets, then anything cake batter flavored. Oh, that's my fave. I love pizza, and my favorite topping combination is buffalo sauce and feta cheese. I just love buffalo sauce, so it goes good on just about anything. 1001 Pages. Have you read a book that's over 1,000 pages? I've listened to books that were over 1,000 pages. I couldn't fathom reading one of that length, unless it was like an extended buddy read. 1001 Buckets. Do you have a non-bookish bucket list? What is one thing on it? Being housing secure, having affordable health care, not being burdened with student loans. Shit. Sorry, I had to go there. More fun things would be, to go on a cruise again, because I love cruises, and oh, I really miss doing that. And then I would love to finish writing some of these mystery and horror series that I've been working on and developing in my head for years. 1001 Numbers. Do you have a lucky number? No, I don't really have a lucky number. I like the number 26 because it's cotton candy colored. 1001 Authors. Do you have a favorite author and or genre? Obviously, my favorite genre is mystery, and my favorite author in that genre is Mary Roberts Reinhardt. If you haven't read her yet, please do. 1001 Activities. Do you have a favorite outdoor activity? No, ma'am. Absolutely not. No, keep me far away from that shit. Oh, jeez. Okay, our final tag for this video is the Friends book tag, tagged by Shannon and a book. I was worried that this tag was gonna be like that show that I just can't stand, but fortunately doesn't seem to be, so we're good. Shit. Okay, friendship. Name a book with a strong friendship in it. Friendship. Name a book with a strong friendship in it. I'll say State of Terror, because the Secretary of State's bestie Betsy is a pivotal part of the plot. That was good, yes. Real Life. A non-fiction book that you want to read. I want to read The Borden Murders, because that sounds really good. Indie author. A book by an indie author. Is Darryl by Jackie Ess an indie book? author? I'm using it either way. Endings. A book where the ending made you scream. The Universe Between. Oh my gosh. This was just such a fast-paced sci-fi novel, and the ending was so unexpected. But I loved it. A new book that you can't wait to buy. The Devil's Advocate by Steve Cavanagh. The most recent book in the Eddie Flynn series. This is the only one that I don't have yet, and it isn't currently available for Kindle. Dark. A book which has dark themes. How about Fahrenheit 451, which explores what life could be like if we become too connected to technology at the expense of books. Yay, I survived a whole bunch of tags, oh my gosh. Which of these tags was your fave? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if it pleases and sparkles, I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!